Tonight, a Jacksonville woman is recovering after a tree crushed her house. She was inside during that big storm we had yesterday.
A very scary situation for her family. And First Coast News' Jeff Valens spoke with an arborist today about how you can tell if a tree in your yard could be in danger of falling. And Jeff joins us now live near where that home was hit by the tree yesterday. Jeff?
Yes, Heather and Jeannie, and you can see the repair is underway. I'm also told that that woman suffered miraculously only some minor puncture wounds from branches of that tree. Now, as far as assessing tree risk on your property, it can be a little bit tricky. A healthy tree might look weak. A strong tree, well, a weak tree can look strong as well. We want to make sure that the only thing that falls on your house this summer and hurricane season is rain.
Some amount of basal decay that's been there for a very long time. It just went unnoticed.
An on-the-spot diagnosis based on video of the tree that fell on a Westside Jacksonville home Sunday, narrowly missing a woman inside.
And she was trapped in that?
I think she was caught like right
Wow.
on.
Danny Lippy is one of fewer than 20 master arborists in Florida. He says the roots of the tree that fell Sunday likely had been covered with an unnatural amount of soil.
A lot of fill soil and sod around the base of the tree, and that'll cause decay given enough time.
But there's plenty to consider when looking for danger, including changes.
If you notice that your tree doesn't have as much foliage or leaves as it used to, something's stressing the tree out.
Also species.
Live oaks, magnolias, most of your hickory trees, they're long-lived. They can tolerate stressors like a hit by lightning.
Lippy says water oaks, laurel oaks, and red maples tend to be weaker. Also, what grows on your trees, such as this black gum-like fungus called Hypoxylon diusta, can lead to collapse and cost you a lot of money, which we know doesn't grow on trees.
So whenever you see this on a tree, this is really problematic, and the tree probably needs to go.
Some you can leave alone.
This is lichen. This is harmless. It grows on rocks. It grows on fence posts. It's just telling you that you have a certain amount of sunlight and moisture, but it's completely harmless to the tree. Also, if we look further up, we can see Spanish moss. Again, completely harmless to the tree.
He says not all leaning is a liability, but you want to keep an eye on it.
You would see cracks along the lower main stem, and you would also see the root plate, or where the root flares coming out, would be lifted.
Ultimately, he says a few bucks spent to expertly diagnose an uncertain tree could save you a windfall's worth of money, maybe even your life later on.
Have it looked at, you know? Someone like me can tell you if this tree is problematic or not.
Danny Lippy says a typical diagnosis costs between $75 and $150. He says to steer away from trimming services, at least for the diagnostic part of that. Instead, look online for a master arborist certified to assess tree risk by the International Society of Arboriculture. Live in Jacksonville, I had to get those words out. Live in Jacksonville, Jeff Valens, First Coast News on your side.